Have you ever wondered why a school bell rings much like a factory siren, signaling the start and end of a shift? Welcome to an exploration of the uncanny similarities between our education system and a factory. Education, as we know it, acts as a conveyor belt, moving students from one grade to the next. Much like a factory, the system starts with raw materials, in this case, young, curious minds. These minds enter the system brimming with questions, creativity, and a thirst for knowledge. In a factory, raw materials undergo a series of processes designed to transform them into a finished product. Similarly, in the education system, these young minds are subjected to a standardized curriculum, a one-size-fits-all approach to learning. They are molded, shaped, and fine-tuned to meet a set of predetermined criteria, much like factory products meeting quality standards. Just as factories have strict timelines and schedules, so does our education system. There is a timetable for everything: when to learn, when to play, when to eat. The system operates on a strict clock, leaving little room for flexibility. It is as if time, and not the pace of learning, dictates the progression of knowledge. And what about the finished products of these factories? In a factory, the output is a homogeneous group of items, identical in their features and capabilities. Similarly, our education system churns out graduates, identical in their thinking, knowledge, and skills. The system often suppresses individuality and creativity, just like a factory production line suppresses variation. The education system, much like a factory, values efficiency and uniformity over individuality and creativity. It is a system designed for the industrial age, not for today's fast-paced, dynamic world that values innovation and critical thinking. However, we must remember that unlike factories, schools are dealing with human beings, not inanimate objects. Each student is unique with their own skills, talents, and aspirations. They are not raw materials to be molded into a standardized product, but individuals who should be encouraged to explore, discover, and create their own path. So what can we do about this? It starts with acknowledging the problem. We must recognize that our current education system, much like a factory, is not designed to cater to the unique needs of each student. It is a system that values conformity over creativity and standardization over individuality. It is time for a paradigm shift. We need to move away from the factory model of education towards a more personalized, student-centered approach. We need an education system that fosters creativity, encourages critical thinking, and values individuality. Today, I encourage you to think critically about the education system. Question the status quo. Ask why we are still using a factory model in an age that values diversity and individuality. And most importantly, consider what you can do to effect change. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Are you ready to take that step?